Hello everyone, I am Durga Saujanya, Assistant Professor from ECE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. I am going to give the video lecture for the course Embedded System Design. So here today's session we are going to the Unit 1, which is Introduction to Concepts of Embedded Systems. So here the contents present in the Unit 1. Definition of Embedded System, the comparison between embedded systems and general computing systems, history of embedded systems, classification of embedded systems, major application areas of embedded systems, the purpose of embedded systems, the characteristics of embedded systems, and quality attributes of embedded systems. So here for today's session, so we have learned these two topics and these will be continued in the next sessions. So for today's session, so the contents which are available are motivation for embedded system, what is a system, definition of embedded system, and explain the embedded system with examples, general computing systems versus embedded systems, and next the advantages of embedded systems. So next go to the main topic. So here before entering into the embedded system subject, so first we can see what are the real-time applications of the embedded systems in our world. So here from the figure, if you observe that the doctor is sitting far away from the patient and he is observing his cardiac analysis in front of his system. So here the doctor is configuring a cardiac pacemaker inside the patient's chest and he is sitting 2 kilometers away from the patient. So within the far distance from the patient also, he can analyze the patient body's analysis. So by using the embedded systems applications. So another useful application in our real-time world is the car. So here we know that as nowadays the cars are equipped with latest features which are having inbuilt navigation and fuel management and anti-lock braking system and air conditioning management. So here without driver we can use the module for driverless car. So here it can be used for taking the person which are sitting in this car will move from Mumbai to New Delhi without any driver using the inbuilt navigation program. So here we know that the latest model of Ford car has more than 21 microcontrollers. That means it can be featured with 21 microcontroller features. So which are used for performing the anti-lock braking system, fuel management and air condition management. So like this, the embedded systems are more useful in today's world. So next, before learning what is an embedded system, so first we have to know what is a system. So we know that what is a system? A system is nothing but it is a way of working or organizing or doing one or many tasks by following a fixed plan or a set of rules. So here we can organize any system with a set of rules or a set of fixed plan. So here for example, let's take an example of watch. So we know that watch consists of the components of strap, chassis, dial, needles. Here what are the rules fixed for this system? So here we need to use the seconds needle will be moved for 60 rotations. After completion of 60 rotations for seconds needle, so we need to move one rotation for the minute needle. So like that, after completion of 60 rotations for minute needle, one move for the hour needle. So after completion of 12 complete hours hour needle, so we will move to again we'll start to the initial position. So here we need to set rules which are like, so we need to fix the seconds needle for 60 rotations. So after completing the seconds needle 60 rotations only, we need to go to the minute needle, and likewise for every 60 rotations of seconds needle, 1 minute needle will be updated, and for 60 minute rotations of minute needle will be updated with 1 hour needle. So like that, so we have to fix some rules for arranging the system. So in this way, if we have kept some rules and we are arranging the system, then only this watch will be worked perfectly. So here the embedded system is also like a system, so which is electronic and electromechanical system, which is designed to perform a specific function, and it is a combination of both hardware and software. So let's take an example of washing machine. So here we know that in the washing machine there are both electronic components are there and electromechanical components are also there. So what are the electronic components we have? So we have the buzzer, sensors, are all the electronic components. The electromechanical components are nothing but the motor and the drum, so which are used for rotating. These are called the electromechanical components. So it consists of both electronic and electromechanical components, and we know that the washing machine it is designed only for a particular function, so which is washing purpose only. So the washing machine is designed only for washing purpose. We cannot use for any other purpose. So here what is an embedded system? The definition of an embedded system is it is a system that has software embedded into the computer hardware. So what is meant by embedded? Embedded is nothing but interconnected. So here for every embedded system, the hardware and the software which are present for that particular function are interconnected, which makes that system will be dedicated for a particular application. So which is called as application specific system. So here that embedded system is also called as application specific system. So the examples which are used in the real time world are the electronic toys, mobile handsets, washing machines, air conditioners, automotive control units, set-top box and DVD players. So next, what are the embedded systems? Let's take an example here. We have taken the washing machine. So how can we explain the washing machine as an embedded system? So we already discussed that the embedded system consists of both hardware and software components. Here the hardware components which are present in the embedded system are buttons, display and buzzer units, and the electronic circuitry required for operating these components. And next, the software components which are used in the washing machine are, we have the chip. For that chip, we can write the program to work the washing machine perfectly, and we can control and monitor various operations which are done by the units present in the washing machine. So here we know that embedded system is a electronic and electromechanical system. So here these are the electronic components. And now what are the mechanical components we have in this washing machine? So here we have what are the washing machine consists of the motor which are used for washing the clothes and which are used for output of water and input of water, and the chassis. So these are the parts of mechanical components present in the washing machine. So here we know that, so what are the specific rules fixed for the washing machine? So we know that for the washing machine there are some specific operations are there. So first we need to soak the cloths. After that we need to wash. After that we need to spin. So here these are the three basic operations performed in the washing machine. So first we need to soak the cloths for some time period, 20 minutes. So after that need to go for wash for 15 minutes. After that we need to spin the cloths for 5 minutes. So that here we need to fix the timer, so which is used for the particular fixed time interval for that particular operation. So we cannot do after washing the soaking purpose. So that means we have to follow a fixed plan. Here first we have to soak the cloths, and next we have to washing operation, and then only we can do the spinning operation. So that means here we have to use a fixed rules and a fixed plan for operating the system. So here the embedded system is designed to do a specific job only. So the washing machine can only wash clothes, it cannot do any other operation. So the air conditioner can control only the temperature in the room. So these are the examples for the embedded system. So the hardware and mechanical components will consist all the physically visible things that are used for input and output. The embedded system will always have a chip which is used for programming, and in that programming we have to fix the rules which are used for operating the system, that has the code and software which drives the system. So these are the real-time examples for embedded system. So this is the mobile phone, the TV remote, and here the medical equipment which are used for cancer, diagnosing the cancer treatment, and calculator and digital camera. And in the planes we need to use the anti-braking system, and here in the laptops and robots, the car and set-top box. So these are the general applications of embedded systems. So now what is the comparison between the general computing systems and embedded systems? So first, what is the general purpose systems? General purpose systems are nothing but the systems which are used for multi-purposes. So those are not intended for a specific application. So while going to the embedded system, it is particularly designed only for specific application. So a system which is a combination of generic hardware and general purpose operating system for executing a number of applications. So here there are so many applications are there. While going to the embedded system, it is a combination of hardware and embedded OS for executing a specific applications. And here general purpose computing system, it contains the general purpose operating system. So for any general purpose system, we have to use the operating system. But for embedded systems, for some applications, it may contain the operating system, or it may not contain the operating system. So like that, previously we have discussed the watch example. So in the watch example, we didn't have any OS. Okay. For mobiles, we have the OS. So depending on the applications, we may use the operating system or we may not use the operating system. So here the applications are to be alterable by user. So that means here depending on the versions of the operating system, if we want to update the versions of the operating system, so then we can go to the next versions of the operating system. So depending on the newer versions, the features may be changed, and hence the applications of that system will also be changed. But here, as it is intended only for a specific application, here the firmware of the system is fixed and which is pre-programmed, and it is not alterable by the user. So here the performance is the key depending factor for selection of the system. So that means here, so we can go to any versions, or we can update the versions, and we can change the features, and we can change the applications for getting the better performance. So that here only performance is the key deciding factor for the system. So here for this embedded systems, not only the performance, here we have power requirement and memory usage is also the key factors for deciding the system performance. So next, it is less or not all tailored toward reduce the operating system requirements. We have different levels of power management. So here these are all less tailored. So because of the operating system changes, so here this is less tailored and it is not used for the same power levels. It can be different for different levels of power management. Here it should be highly tailored, and here we can use the power saving modes for different operating systems. For depending on the specific application, we can go through the power saving modes. Here the responses are not time critical. In embedded system, so those are the time critical systems. So we can design the embedded systems for a particular application so that those will be the time critical systems. So here for the military applications in mission critical systems, so we need to execute that particular system for that particular time only. So it may not delayed or it may not exceeded the time. So it should be done at that time only. So for the time critical systems, we can go to the embedded systems. So here it need not to be the deterministic in execution behavior, but here it should be the deterministic. So that means it should follow the time critical perfectly. So these are the deterministic behavior. So next, what are the advantages of using these embedded systems? So the processors have shrunk in size, which are increased with performance. So nowadays the embedded processors are coming in very less size with increasing the performance. So the power consumption will be reduced by designing the embedded processors. The cost of the processors have come down to affordable level. So because various features are included in the same processor, so that the cost will be reduced, the size will be reduced and the performance will be increased. The concept of development environment can reduce its design cycle and total development time. So various softwares are to be developed for designing the embedded systems so that the development time and the design cycle will be reduced. The emergence of several integrated software environments towards the development of applications. So the embedded systems and internet, so which are designed the embedded systems with internet facilities will be used for working across the networks LAN and WAN. So we know that nowadays so many embedded system applications are to be used in wireless environments. So because of this internet and wireless network integrity with the embedded systems, we can go through the usage of the systems in LAN and WAN. So these are the advantages of embedded system. So now going to the conclusion, here in today's session we have discussed the motivation for embedded system. So what is the motivation for embedded system and what is a system? So what is the definition for embedded system? So how can we design an embedded system with some set of rules? So we can be explained with washing machine example, and here the comparison of general computing system versus embedded system and what are the advantages of embedded system. So we will continue the next topics in the next session. So the textbooks which are referred for this course are these. Thank you.